To achieve your dreams, you must find yourself.
When I was 10, I had the dream of becoming a YouTuber, and I'm sure you have your own dreams too.
Yes!
Now 5 years later, that dream still resonates in my soul, and I'm sure your dreams do too. For years, I never knew how to turn my dream into reality. But after reading the end poem, I learned 3 valuable morals that opened my eyes. So, I handpicked the most meaningful quotes to share with you. Let's read this together and find our dreams come true. Imagine this. The player just defeated the Ender Dragon, completing one of its life goals. It jumps through the portal and is now floating in the void.
I see the player you mean.
It has reached a higher level now. There were 2 gods, but what the gods were saying, the player couldn't understand. What does higher level mean? Shouldn't it be the highest level? It killed the final boss.
But it has not yet achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life.
The player figures out that levels are its goals. When it reaches all of them, it will be at the highest level. But why do goals have to be achieved in real life? Let me explain with a story. My dream is to be a YouTuber, and to reach that goal, I have to constantly work on my next video. But there are times I just want to relax or play Minecraft and forget about my dream. Yet most of the time, I choose to stay in reality, sit on the computer, and keep typing out my script. It is more boring, but the fact is, you can only achieve your dreams in real life. One more thing, dream symbolizes a journey of self-discovery, deep thoughts, and desires. Keep that in mind. But there are times the player is sad in their long dream of life, creating negative, dark, and cold thoughts in its head. I think we often over-exaggerate our sad times in life, just like the player. Here's an example. You spend all week studying for a math test, studying day and night, yet you still failed. You might start to think, maybe I'm just not good enough. Why am I so bad at maths? Why am I so bad at everything? From just one bad result, you terribly affect your whole view of yourself. These negative thoughts will compound and all you see is the worst in you. Just like the player, it feels hopeless and leads itself down to a world of sorrow.
The sorrow is part of its own private task. To cure it of sorrow would destroy it. We cannot interfere.
The gods hate seeing the player suffer, but they know if they helped it, they would kill it, mentally. Why? Sorrow is something everyone needs to experience in life.
But what's sorrow good for? Isn't it just pure sadness?
Well, from this page I found online, sorrow helps keep sight of our dreams and what we care about. The only reason the player isn't happy is because in reality, it hasn't fulfilled its real dreams yet. For me, never does my scripting or voiceovers or even editing for my videos go to plan. Like, the script for my Sky Factory video took 5 rewrites. 5! And it becomes really frustrating having to rewrite the scripts, redo the voiceovers, and keep starting over and over again until I'm proud. But a lot of time, I never am. Despite all the setbacks, I continue my YouTube journey because I truly care and pour my heart into it more than anything.
So, what are you trying to say?
The point is, we experience dark times because we truly care about something. If we didn't, then nothing would matter to us, and we lose our purpose in life. Sometimes, I want to tell them of their importance to the universe.
But to tell them how to live is to prevent them living.
The player now feels lost, rethinking why it went on this journey in the first place. The gods would love to help the player back on track, but again, they can't. Why? Well, if the player was told exactly what to do, where to go, how to live, would it actually be living? Or is it just existing? Let me give you an example. Imagine your dream in life is to be a singer, but then I tell you, that's too risky. You should follow the default and safe path. Learn about momentum, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, then get a job, make money, and finally when you have saved enough money at 64, you can start chasing your dreams without worry. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. To actually live, I believe you can't go on the path the world gave you. You have to find your own. Here's another story. When Julian Gough, the writer of this poem, was in university, he studied English and philosophy for a very specific reason.
I deliberately chose them to make me unemployable, and it worked.
He never wanted a proper job, and that led to him being beyond broke. He spends his youth dreaming to be a pop star and later on obsessively working on his literature work that made him no money for years. But after years of struggling and hard work,
Award-winning novelist
Julian Gough.
it all worked out. He chose a rocky path that he knew he wanted to go on rather than following the default path of getting a job, making money, and so on. Yes, that path was more risky and difficult, but him following his dreams, it made him feel...
I think I was free. We were happy, yeah.
Do you see where I'm going with this? The player realizes it needs sorrow and dark times to find its own path in order to live with purpose. And that was the first of 3 key morals I wanted to show you. Finding your own path. I believe you will benefit from every one of them. So let's keep listening to the gods. We are the universe. We are everything you think isn't you. The player is now confused. What does this even mean? To understand, let's imagine the universe is made up of infinite possibilities, where each possibility is a dream the player has or once had. But notice the past tense? Had? Those are the dreams the player gave up on, thinking it's impossible. For us, whether it's being a YouTuber, a professional chef, or even just passing our math exams, if we don't think it's possible, it never happens. But for those few dreams it still believes in, those are the dreams that make up who the player is. For us, whether it's being a YouTuber, a professional chef, or even just passing our math exams, if we believe it's possible, it will happen. Remember this quote. We'll talk about it at the end of the poem. I shall tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a player. Sometimes it thought itself as a tiny human, standing on the huge scary earth. And the light from the sun could burn its skin from 150 million kilometers away. The light symbolizes the truth, and the truth can hurt the player. You may ask, but how exactly does the truth hurt us? Hear me out. When I wrote the first version of this script, I was so very proud of it. I really thought I got it down first try. I decided to show it to my siblings and see whether they get the meaning behind it. And they did not understand my script at all, which hurt me a bit, honestly. I spent a week creating that script and it's not even understandable. Truth shatters our views of the world, giving us a whole new angle to see the world from. Much like the player, the truth may break it mentally when it's difficult to accept something different. So we should stay away from the truth at all costs, right? Well, we'll get to that later. Sometimes the player dreamed it was a miner, existing in a positive, peaceful, and carefree world. A place the player enjoys, but its life becomes meaningless. Imagine you just died in real life. But a couple seconds later, you could just respawn next to your bed. Then your life loses its value. There would be no more challenge, failure, or hardship. No truth.
Sometimes the player created a small private world that was soft and warm and simple, sometimes hard and cold and complicated.
On the outside, it seems like the universe is simply talking about the player creating new worlds. But this gets way deeper. It's actually talking about the player's thoughts. Let me explain. The player doesn't want to face the truth because it can be painful. But if it doesn't, negative thoughts build up in its mind. For example, it's report card day. You receive your report card in the morning, but you constantly avoid checking it, afraid that you got bad grades. Throughout the day, all you think about is the report card, feeling more and more anxious, stressed, and scared to even take a peek. You might think about every exam you did, your performance in class, etc., trying to find relief and clarity without actually facing the truth. Sometimes the player looks at planets and stars. Again, seemingly a simple line, but it gets way deeper. The player tries searching for the truth by looking at the bigger picture rather than every little detail. But this isn't the full picture. The player is looking at one solar system. According to NASA, there are 3,916 of them in just one single galaxy. What does this mean? Well, maybe you do take a peek on your most confident subject and the results are good, but you still haven't seen the whole report card. You still haven't uncovered the whole truth. I promise this is going somewhere. Just one more quote. Sometimes the player read lines of code on a screen, decoded them into words, decoded words into meanings, decoded meanings into feelings, emotions, theories, ideas, and the player started to breathe faster and deeper and realized it was alive. It was alive. Those 1,000 deaths had not been real. The player was alive. The player finally embraces the truth that it has never been truly alive until now. You finally see the whole report card and the grades are great. This whole time you were just scared to face them. Confused? Let me explain. All this time, the player has been chasing the goal of defeating the Ender Dragon in Minecraft. But despite reaching its goal, it didn't make it feel truly fulfilled. Why? Because that's not its real dreams. Remember this quote?
But it has not yet achieved the highest level. That it must achieve in the long dream of life.
The player finally accepts this truth and leaves the peaceful dream of Minecraft, returning back to reality to chase its dreams. And it's in this moment the player finally sees the full picture. Clarity. The full picture is how you view yourself, who you think you are and who you think you aren't. The truth shatters the full picture and shows you how you really view yourself, showing you dark experiences you wanted to hide away, or facts you never wanted to accept, like leaving your childhood.
You guys aren't kids anymore.
But it's only when you finally embrace everything, every dark time, every truth you didn't want to hear, that is when you truly understand yourself and find your dreams come true. And that was moral number 2. The truth. I know this was a bit deep, so let me tell you another story. As you know, my dream is to be a YouTuber. So last year, I focused on gaining the largest audience I could and getting monetized as quick as possible. And it worked, but ever since then, I felt like I've lost the magic. My videos started feeling soulless. I got caught up in the views, money, subscribers, and all those analytics. So I stopped. I stopped caring for those stats and went back to why I started my channel in the first place.
I just do something that I absolutely love and put it out
To
there.
be like my childhood favorite YouTubers. To entertain, inspire, and make my younger self proud. That's when I saw my full picture. By dropping what I thought was important and discovering what truly was. My purpose. The truth doesn't always have to be painful. You may just be blinding yourself from it. But if you're brave enough to open your eyes, you can achieve any dream you have.
I have a question.
Yes,
Where's the universe?
that's actually what I'm about to talk about. Wait. How are you even able to talk? The player finally understands, and the gods leave it with one final message. And sometimes the player believed the universe had spoken to it through the zeros and ones.
Through the electricity of the world.
Through the scrolling words on a screen at the end of a dream.
And the universe said, I love you.
And the universe said, you have played the game well.
And the universe said, everything you need is within you.
And the universe said, you are stronger than you know.
And the universe said, you are the daylight.
And the universe said, you are the night.
And the universe said, the darkness you fight is within you.
And the universe said, the light you seek is within you.
And the universe said, you're not alone.
And the universe said, you're not separate from every other thing.
And the universe said, you are the universe. Tasting itself, talking to itself, reading its own code.
And the universe said, I love you because you are love. All along, the player was the universe. Remember this quote? We are the universe. We are everything you think isn't you. This is the third moral. You are everything you think and don't think you are. The player isn't limited by its perception of itself anymore, believing in itself to find its dreams come true. It was all a dream, a journey of self-discovery. I'll leave this ending to your own imagination.
And the game was over, and the player woke up from the dream. And the player began a new dream. And the player dreamed again, dreamed better. And the player was the universe. And the player was love. You are the player.
Wake up! Thanks for watching. Here's another video I made if you want to watch. My name is marcusmc, and have a nice day.
I'm the universe. I'm the universe. I'm the universe.